Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me about your experience in Gaza? What did you see? What is the life day by day in Gaza at the moment?
As a journalist or as a Palestinian?
Oh,
Palestinian.
first the Palestinian.
Look, this experience was the most difficult experience for us as Palestinians. We have witnessed and lived under difficult circumstances in the past, but this time was completely different. The Israelis have crossed all the red lines in comparison with the previous escalations. So this time, the Palestinians found themselves under difficult and different circumstances in comparison with the previous ones. So we in the beginning we were forced to leave our homes and evacuate our homes with our children and move to the central area. We were expelled, let's say, or displaced to the central area, then to Rafah in the south, and then back to the central area, all together with our children. And it's the case of all the Palestinians in Gaza. Secondly, it was difficult from the beginning, since the Israelis closed the tap of water, of electricity, of food, of medicine, of internet. So it was difficult for every Palestinian to survive, and we were forced to look for alternatives. We have been lining up hours and hours at the water wells,
Yeah.
at the bakeries, at the food suppliers, until the Israelis allowed some of the humanitarian aid to come through Gaza. Every family lost huge number of their parents. Myself, I lost more than 300 of my cousins and relatives. At least this is the number that was calculated and considered. There are still dozens of cousins and relatives under the rubble. A second thing, that we are facing difficulties in burying our beloved ones, our relatives. Lots of people were buried in schools, in hospitals, and still dozens under the rubble. You know, some of these bodies now 9 months under the rubble, and they have not, were not being able to get this minimum respect for their souls, to bury their bodies in the hospitals. We couldn't receive the proper medical intervention, which is the minimum right for every human being. So you know, it was different escalation. It was different war. All the red lines were crossed. All the international laws that linked to the war and respecting the civilian rights were violated. And still the Gazans, the people in Gaza, are still waiting for a miracle to end this endless war that now killed more than 140,000 Palestinians, wounding tens of thousands. Now, even after the end of the war, 95% of Gaza Strip, the economy of Gaza, the structure of Gaza, and the infrastructure of Gaza, including hospitals, including schools, universities, residential houses, refugee camps, roads, sewage, everything now is destroyed, and it take years and years, it will take years and years to rebuild what the war has destroyed.
Of course. And also the humanitarian aid, I imagine it's difficult to have to receive help from association ONG.
Now there is huge starvation in Gaza City and the north of the Gaza Strip. Most of the people there are starving because there is no aid entering into Gaza City and the north of the Gaza Strip, except from some aid that was dropped in parachute, through parachutes from the air. Now there is the Rafah crossing is completely closed. Since the Israelis are occupying the crossing, they allow some aid from Kerem Shalom or Kerem Abu Salim crossing under very restricted measures. On the other hand, what is coming into Gaza, they couldn't meet 10% of the needs of Gaza in terms of basic and essential things. All it is before the war, there used to be 850 truckloads of goods from different things for the private and public sector. Now only 150 truckloads per day, and only for humanitarian aid. So imagine that the majority of people now are workless. The businessmen, they lost their job, their works, their affairs. The factories were destroyed. The laborers are not working, especially those who depend on daily basis income, like taxi driver, like a haircutter, like and other professions. So most of the population, as far as found themselves 9 months now without work. The health system completely collapsing. The bank system, monetary system, educational system. So Gaza still needs years and years to stand on its feet.
We hope
We hope so.
peace soon.
We all pray for Gaza that this war, as I said, ends, and the people or the international community starts immediately to survive and to help people to survive, at least to find some places where they can sleep. Now it's summer, and Gaza weather is very hot and very humid. The people are staying in tents, and the people even couldn't use fridge to get fresh water. So it's contaminated water, it's hot water, and these tents are full of flies. They cannot even sleep with their children. Inshallah, hope that very soon that the world
Will
stop this war.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.